2, 3. Just let your soul glow. Just let it shine through. Just let your soul glow, baby. Feeling oh so silky smooth.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Joe Cobra YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be bringing you another retro flashback, this time of the classic 1988 Coming to America. Coming to America was directed by John Landis, and the film also stars Eddie Murphy, Arsenio Hall, James L. Jones, John Amos, Madge Sinclair, and Cherie Headley. Eddie Murphy plays Prince Akeem, the future king of a fictional place in Africa called Zamunda. Akeem, who has grown tired of his pampered lifestyle and not wanting an arranged marriage that is to be set up by his parents King Jaffe, played by James Earl Jones, and the Queen, Aeolion, played by Madge Sinclair. Akeem, along with his best friend and royal servant Semi, played by the brilliant Arsenio Hall, take action and come up with a plan to go to America to find Akeem, his future bride. The film starts with Akeem waking up on his 21st birthday to a hilarious scene of him going through his royal morning routine.
The royal penis is clean, Your Highness.
He then joins his parents for breakfast, where he tells them of his need for a more independent lifestyle and a bride who will love him for his true self and not for his royal status. Semi then comes in and whisks Akeem away for his morning workout routine.
Now let's see if you can defend yourself, you sweat from a baboon's balls. So you say you can have a woman who'll obey your every command, but you'd rather have a woman who has an opinion?
Only dogs are to obey. If you truly love your wife, you will value her opinion.
Hippopotamus shit! You're the heir to the throne of Zamunda. Your wife need only have a pretty face, a firm backside, and big breasts like cassava melons.
After that great workout scene, we get to see Eddie Murphy finally meet his bride-to-be in a fantastic tribal dance routine and a hilarious entrance song by Oha, one of the head royal servants, who is played by Paul Bates. Akeem then whisks his bride away, where we see Akeem ask her some questions, only for her to turn out to be exactly what he did not want from his future bride. After the ceremony, Akeem and Semi come up with a plan to go to America to find a bride and flip on a coin and settle on Queens, New York. And so begins Semi and Akeem's adventure. Upon arriving in Queens, they rent out a squalor of an apartment under the guise of poor African students and get robbed of their belongings by the locals while being shown their apartment. Akeem then tells Semi that they should dress more like Americans and go clothes shopping, and they stumble across one of my favourite commercials of all time for a brand called Soul Glow.
You can be all the things you've always wanted to be. Beautiful, sexy, sweet as 1, 2, 3. Just let your soul glow. Just let it shine through. Just let your soul glow, baby. Feeling oh so silky smooth. Just let it shine through. Just let your soul glow. Soul glow.
The duo then go back to the apartment and stumble across Mighty Sharp Barbershop, where they meet head barber Clarence and friends, hilariously played by Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall, all in very heavy makeup.
Be out of your goddamn mind. Joe Louis, the greatest boxer ever lived. I'll be with you boys in a minute. He was bad in Captain Clay. He bad in Sugar Ray. He bad in that. Who that? The new boy they got. Mike Tyson. Look like a bulldog. He bad at him too. He done whipped Mike Tyson there. He whipped all their asses.
What about Rocky Marciano?
Oh, there they go. There they go. Every time I start talking about boxing, a white man got to pull Rocky Marciano out their ass. That's the one.
He beat Joe Lewis's ass.
That's right, he did whoop Joe Louis' ass. Joe Louis was 75 years old when they fought. I don't know how old he was, but he got his ass whooped. Joe Louis had come out of retirement to fight Rocky Marciano. The man was 76 years old. Joe Louis always lied about his age. He lied about his age all the time. One time, Frank Sinatra comes out here and sat down in this chair. And I said, Frank, you hang out with Joe Louis. Just between me and you, how old is Joe Louis? You know what Frank told me? He said, hey, Joe Louis 137 years old. 137 years old.
Oh, man, you ain't never meet no Frank Sinatra.
Fuck you! Fuck you and fuck you! Who's next?
After leaving Mighty Sharp Barbershop, they head off to check out the Queen's nightlife and to see if they can find Akeem the perfect bride. But to be honest, they only end up meeting a strange bunch of women who don't fit the bill, especially the last one.
See, that's the problem. I can't find a man that can satisfy me. Now, some guys go an hour, hour and a half, that's it. A man's got to put in overtime for me to get off.
I'm not interested in a man unless he drives a BMW.
Yeah, well, you know, baby, I'm almost single. My husband's on death row.
This is the first date Teresa and I have been on since the doctor separated us.
I'm into the group thing.
I was Joan of Arc in my former life.
My name is Peaches, and I'm the best. All the DJs want to feel my breast. Yeah,
I want to work in videos, but really I want to be my own star in the videos because I want to become a pop singer and a rock singer and write my own songs, produce my own songs. And then I'm going to try an actress because people tell me how talented I am. I'm a natural and stuff like that. So then I'm going to write my own stories and direct my own stories and, you know, produce the movies I'm doing.
I hope you don't mind me coming over and sitting down, but I've been watching you all evening, and I want to tear you apart. And your friend, too.
On their way home from the nightclub, they bump into Clarence, who tells the boys that he and his friends are going to a local rally and beauty pageant that is raising money for the inner city, and that they could find some really good girls there. So Akeem and Semi take him up on his offer and attend the event. During the event, we get to meet another one of Eddie and Arsenio's characters, this time in the form of Randy Watson and his band Sexual Chocolate, and the hilarious Reverend Brown. It is here where Akeem finally encounters Lisa, played by Sherry Headley, and believes she is the one and finds out that she works at her father's copycat McDonald's restaurant, McDowell's. Akeem then insists he and Semi get jobs at McDowell's so he can try to win her heart. They manage to get interviews with Cleo McDowell, Lisa's father, played by John Amos, and start work immediately, not having a clue how to clean due to never having done it before, much to the staff's surprise. We are then hilariously introduced to Daryl, Lisa's super smug boyfriend, played by Eric LaSalle, whose father owns the hair product company Soul Glow. It's here where Akeem finds out that they are dating, but this does not put him off, and in fact he actually sends Lisa some very expensive earrings, who Lisa actually thinks were sent by Daryl. The next day at the restaurant, Lisa lets Akeem know that they are going to a basketball game and invites him on a double date. But his date will be with her raunchy sister Patrice, who is played by Alison Dean. At the game we get to see how much of a dick Daryl really is by taunting Akeem throughout the game, and also how much of a slut Patrice is as she tries to grab Akeem's balls during the game. We then get another great funny scene where Akeem is seen by a loyal citizens of Zamunda while waiting in line to go to the toilet. The next day back at the restaurant we get a cameo from the great Samuel L. Jackson, who tries to rob McDowell's, but Akeem and Semi come to the rescue and take him out in style. Cleo then invites them both to be waiters at a special party he is holding at his home, and while here at the party, Daryl announces to the guests that he is to marry Lisa, with Lisa not having a clue about what he was about to do or what was about to happen. She pulls him to one side and shows how furious she is with him and dumps Daryl there and then. Akeem then follows her outside to try and cheer her up, and I think Lisa starts to realise that Akeem really is a good guy and someone she needs in her life, and shortly after they decide to go on a date together. Now during the date, Akeem gives two homeless men a brown paper bag who we later find out are Randolph and Mortimer, a nod to the Eddie Murphy and John Landis classic Trading Places. Akeem then takes Lisa back to his dump of a room where we see Semi in a jacuzzi with loads of flash gear everywhere. Akeem gets very angry with him as he wants to appear poor to Lisa and tells him to get rid of everything or he'll never forgive him. Semi then goes to the hotel manager and asks him to swap rooms with him, and having seen what they've done to the place, he happily obliges. As he settles into the jacuzzi, King Jaffe and his entourage arrive demanding to see Akeem. The hotel manager then tells Jaffe his son works in McDowell's, so they all head to the restaurant where Cleo finds out Akeem is actually a prince. Lisa and Akeem then return to her home to find her father acting very giddy around Akeem, and at the same time trying to get rid of Daryl, who can't take a hint as he's trying to get back with Lisa, but Cleo, obviously now knowing who Akeem is, doesn't want nothing to do with Daryl and sets his dog on him.
Oh, I really have to go, sir.
Oh, no. Have a seat right here. Look, did you want ice in that? Excuse me. I'll be right back.
Well, who was that?
Jehovah's Witness. Excuse me. Look, the girl doesn't like you anymore. Can't you get that through your greasy head? But you told me to come over. Now, where were we? I warned you, didn't I? Donnie, get him!
Akeem then explains that he must leave and does so, leaving Cleo to tell Lisa that Akeem is actually a prince from Zamunda and shows him a note with Akeem's face on it to prove that. Lisa, who is clearly upset by the news, runs to her room crying, and shortly followed, Jaffe returns to Cleo's home with an entourage and finds out that Akeem had been dating Lisa and questions Lisa on what's happened. After Akeem goes back to their apartment and finds Semi with slutty Patrice, Semi tells Akeem his father is in Queens and demands he return home. In shock, Akeem runs back to Cleo's house to find that Lisa has run off. So Akeem gives chase and finds Lisa where they get on a tube, and Akeem explains to Lisa and the whole tube carriage why he lied and that he loves her. Lisa, still clearly upset at being lied to again, gives back the earrings that she obviously now realizes who gave them to her, and leaves Akeem alone on the tube. A clearly upset Akeem then returns to Zamunda with his family to marry his original princess his father chose for him, only to lift up the wedding veil when she arrives to see Lisa standing in front of him. Akeem looks to his father in surprise, who clearly must have worked everything out with Lisa and her father Cleo for the marriage to take place in Zamunda. And the happy couple ride off in a royal carriage with the whole cast waving them off, and the film ends. Coming to America is one of my favourite comedies of all time, and another film I never get tired of watching, a real true sign of a great film. And just like in the last retro flashback I'd done for Big Trouble in Little China, they're going to be doing a sequel for Coming to America, which is actually going to have the original cast and a new member in Wesley Snipes. But as a fan of the original, I think they should leave films be, but you know, Hollywood seems to be running out of ideas and originality, and so we are going to be getting another Coming to America. I, for one, hope that I'm proven wrong and it's actually a success, as I have fond memories of the last one. So guys, thank you all for your continuing support. Hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that bell button as well so you get a notification of when I post a new video. And thank you again guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time on the next Joe Cobra video. And like Randy Watson, I'm out of here.